welcome to the Geek Lab, and today I have something which I've had a long time. I've had it since before I started the channel, but you've not seen any gameplay videos of it, and it's this bugger, the Nintendo Entertainment System. So what's happened with this? Well, I got this many years ago before this channel started, and it did work at first, a bit iffy, but as time went on it got to the point where it would no longer play with the red light flashing, which is a problem with the connection to the cartridge, which means the cartridge slot had gone. Now, I did try taking the cartridge slot out of it and restoring the cartridge slot by cleaning it and rebending all the pins, but to no avail. So, on a recent visit to Tim Gould's, who is one of the people who does my live show, he presented me with this, which is a NES cartridge slot connector, and oh, he's got it inscribed as okay, so he thinks he's tested this one and it is a good one, so we're hoping this one works and will solve the problem, which will allow me to play and review games such as Mario Brothers, Marble Madness, Blades of Steel, which are my favourite. I don't like traditional like hockey games, but I like that one. Rhaegar and Gremlins 2, which I've never had a chance to play because we got this after it went down. So, enough with the babble. Let's get the fixing done. Right, apologies if you can hear any fan noise, but it's a warm summer's evening. And the window is closed because there's people doing gardening work outside. And I need to keep cool, so there you go. And for those of you who are already noticed that my tea didn't appear in the intro, not to lay down, there it is. Okay, this is today's victim that needs the repair. So, I just put that right. We may do this live, as in real time, because it's not a huge job, he says, as it goes wrong. So, what I'm going to do is show you how to replace the cartridge port. First thing we need to do is take out the screws. Now you're going to need a Phillips screw driver with a long reach, because it's a long way down these holes. I think that one is missing. Yes, it is. So I don't need that one. There are the 4 external and the 2 interior ones. Unauthorized attempts to repair will render a warranty void. I think it might be a wee bit too late for that, as in 29 years at the point of filming. If it's later than 2014 when you're watching this, you do the maths. But there we go, nearly out. And then, once that's done, if we have any luck, some jiggery pokery, top comes straight off, and you have the inner bits. Collect any screws that have fallen, leave the rest in the holes. Keeps them nice and safe. Right, okay. We have the inner bit. This is the actual cartridge slot here. And you can see down the bottom there, hopefully, there we go, there's the cartridge connectors. That's what we're replacing. So, to get at them, we need to take this metal shield off. And that involves more screwing, aren't we lucky? Okay, so there are 4 screws. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's about 6. 1 missing in mine. So we won't be talking about that one. Let's have a look at these ones that we have got. 2, 3. That one's not in all the way, so 4. Now you'll be happy to know that there's no desoldering, undoing of wires or anything involved in this operation. Oh, it's just that one now, I think, or that one as well. Yep, this is just a simple case of getting to the right board, sliding off the old one, sliding on the new one, and then you're done. There we go. Right, case off. Next, this is the cartridge port mechanism thingy. We need to remove that. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws holding that on. So we remove them without our screwdriver going every bloody where. Right, can't actually get at that to take it out, so I'll leave it there for now. 2. These are longer screws than the other ones, so keep them separate. 3. Your watching is important to us. Please hold. That one's a different length again. Oh, great. Let's see what length this one is. Looks like these screws have been placed randomly in. Somebody's been operating on this. Yeah, they're all over the place as in length. Unless this is a longer one. And that will answer our questions. Yeah, that's a longer one. So there's 2 front ones. There are longer ones, according to what I've found. May not be true. Maybe just people have stuck random ones in. But there we go. And there's the last one out, which is also a short one. Now, what we're going to do is remove this. Ah, that one's still a bit stuck. So I'll give that more assistance. Try and get it. There it goes. Right, okay. So we're going to try and remove this and pull it forward very gently. Don't force it. If it don't want to come, it ain't coming. Now this is the slot itself. Yeah, it just slides off, but there's a back panel in the way, so what it looks like I'm going to have to do, let's have a look. It's interesting. I can't remember where the other screws are. It's a long time since I've been in this thing. They are around, and I found one here. It looks like, just take this one out. That might give us some leverage to get at this without destroying the whole thing. There we go. Little bugger just flops up, and there's your connector. Now, if I can separate this from there a little bit more. Ah, there we go. Just pulls away. Nothing could be theoretically simpler. A bit awkward. Doesn't want to come away from this switch. There we go. And just drop that backing down, and there's our slot. And all we do. Are you ready? Are you steady? Just put your thumbs on, wiggle, off it comes. Now, it is no use putting the new slot on if these are dirty, so it's best idea to give them a clean while you're here. So that is what I'm going to go and do right now. And there's my printing case. Although it looked clean, that's the amount of grot that came off it onto our little thing. So yes, make sure you clean them. Now we get our new slot. You can clean this first, but this one is lovely and clean, he says. And we'll put that on. Slides on into there. Shouldn't be too difficult. How it went. And there we go. And what I'll do, I shall screw this back together, and we'll test the bugger. Be right back. Okay, something quickly to note while putting this back together. There's a screw, 2 screws at the front here. Now, if you tighten them too tight, this thing goes up and down and locks down. If you tighten these too tight, it puts pressure on this, pushes it out, and stops this from locking down. So you need to make sure you do this up just nicely. Just as you're doing it up, just keep opening and closing that, and you'll find just the sweet spot to keep that working nice. I shall now continue. Okay, she's all back together. Time to try and see if it works on the TV. But what I'll do first of all, just set it up here, put a cartridge in, see if it flashes. If not, if it does, it's not done. If it doesn't, we'll take it up to the TV and see what we've got. I shall be right back. Right, it's connected to the mains, got a controller in, and I've got blades of steel, which last time this worked. So it's the most faithful cartridge. So what I'm going to do is put it in, push her in. We got the clicky problem. It's not clicking down. For some reason I can't get it to click down. I'm going to have to play more. How irritating. Must be that screw. I'll be right back. Right, we appear to still have an issue. I've taken the top off and I've loosened the screws off here so that the cartridge fits, but Marble Madness. No, red flashy light. And blades of steel. Both of these have been IPA cleaned. Same result. Poo. Let's see if I can try and convince it to work. Using some of the old techniques from the old worlds. No, it doesn't want to play. Oh, hang on. We have it now. Now it's working. But that's not good enough. We want it to work all the time. So if I put it over that way, it works. If I put it slightly over that way, it's central now, it works. Okay, she appears to have kicked in for some reason. Try Marble Madness. It's flat, it's in, it's flat. Still don't like that one. Reset. So if I put pressure on this side, it now works. Nezzies for you. They are weird creatures. That is strange. But what I'm going to do is take that cartridge out and clean it. Because I bet. Now, if this is weird stuff. This is normal NES weirdness. If I put it in like that, it's now working. I bet, let's see, if I put blades of steel back in, it'll play its old trick. Well, place your bets. Yeah, back to its old tricks. If I push it to the side, works just fine. That is strange. It's not actually flat. There we go. If I put it over there and reset, it's fine. Weirdness. But what I'm going to do anyway is go in and IPA clean the contracts and see if that makes any sort of difference. I'll be right back. Right, a short while later, and what I've done, I've taken it apart. I've cleaned the cartridge slot out with a bit of cardboard with a bit of IPA, only soaked in IPA. Done that. I've re-cleaned the cartridges, put it back together, and now I've found a good thing to do as you're putting it back together is do it with a cartridge in, because this helps you to continuously test it, especially the two screws at the front of the carriage here. If you tighten them too much, this will not allow this to lock down, so you need to be monitoring that as you put it together. Also, there's a screw underneath at the front there. If that's too tight, it won't allow it to lock down either, and create gaming nightmares. So with that done, you can see it's now working. Works fine with that cartridge every time, which is good. And this cartridge, I found, if you get a red light like that, with this one, with this system, push to the left, and it works fine. So, little thing there going on, but it works. It's working again. One thing to the left to find, does it actually have a picture and will it play the game? So let's go set it up at the TV and test it. Yay! Right, here she is. Plugged in. Let's switch her on. We have a steady red light, and let's see. Oh, you can see the GS 4000 there. Some people will like that, and you can see me as well. Let's see what happens when I switch on la TV. I'll have a go at seeing what happens. Takes a few moments. There she comes. And there we have it. Yay! Does it still play? Let's have a look. Yes, it's responding. Blades of Steel. Okay, one player. Yeah, whatever. Yep, that appears to be working. Let's just test another game. Another cleaned game, just to make sure. There we go, Marble Madness. Let's just test it. One player per start. Oh, I don't want to name. Go away. Not actually giving me any name. What the hell? There we go. And hey, whatever. And go. I haven't played this since the last time the NES was working, so you'll have to forgive me for really poor gameplay, but... Oh, poo! So, yeah. Oh, poo. There we go. I think we can establish that as working. A successful NES fit. But must remember, even with a perfect slot, cartridges on NES are now getting old, so you know it's never going to fire up the first time. You may have to nudge it slightly to work, but at least it works now, whereas before it was completely pooped. So thanks Tim for the cartridge slot and the advice on fixing it, and there we go. That's one NES that relives. Encore.
I'll put you in dirty. You're a dirty boy.